Hi, this is Ralph Wilson with Web Marketing Today. I'm in Las Vegas at the PubCon conference with Bruce Clay, one of the leaders in the search engine optimization industry. I wanted to ask you, Bruce, it used to be that we would tell people, be careful of using Flash for your navigation system because search engines can't read it, and be careful of content management systems because sometimes they have long, unrecognizable URLs that won't be spidered. Now, I gather that things have changed some. How do you see the industry today as far as what the search engines can do with Flash and with content management systems?
Well, with Flash in particular, there's a couple of things. There's a little bit of I think a misnomer or misconception about what Flash is. The new version of Flash is able to support various kinds of things where text, as long as it's not moving. If it's moving, you can't see it from a search engine point of view, but stationary text, the search engines can actually read.
So they can index it?
They can index it.
Now, will it carry hypertext links in the Flash? Can they read that?
Well, mostly not. The problem with a link inside of Flash is if you go from page 1 in Flash to page 3 in Flash, normally the URL doesn't change. You're still within Flash. So most URLs within Flash have historically been ignored. That's why you would have static HTML links across the bottom of the page as your real navigation. The other thing that is going on with Flash is the soundtrack. If it is like a Flash movie, that soundtrack can actually be interpreted and translated into words. And then those words can in turn be indexed. So the Flash content, something is one of the elements of what we call an engagement object. That Flash content can actually appear with the words appropriate to the soundtrack in the search results. Google has, for a few weeks at least, been demonstrating that they are not only able to index the content, but you can jump into a Flash movie, you can do different things based upon the kinds of content you have. So Flash is changing a lot.
So Flash can be indexed, but it's still not, you shouldn't rely on it for a navigation system as your only navigation system.
Oh no, it is not a suitable only navigation system.
How about for JavaScript for a navigation system? Anything changed there, or?
It's constantly changing. I think the search engines are constantly improving. They're looking for actually spam fighting tactics. They need to know what you're doing. Are you going places that you shouldn't be going to? Are you trying to fool the search engines at all? So I think JavaScript is better indexed. Okay. If you're building URL dynamically, then it's not. And if it's a static link URL, then it may be. But that's sort of the way it is right now.
Okay. Now how about content management systems? The old wisdom was if it's a long, complex URL, the search engine may just give up, throw up its hands and go somewhere else. What's the state of affairs these days?
Well, I believe that's still the case. Complex URLs don't effectively compact down correctly in most cases. And the search engines are trying to simplify the URLs to make sure they don't get duplicate content in multiple instances of exactly the same content. And when you have a lot of variables in a dynamic URL, the search engines have to look at them and decide what's important. Drop this one, got the same page. Drop this one, got the same page. So there's a sort of a indexing battle going on with the simplification of URLs. And that's something that we just need to understand is going to be there. The real problem in CMS systems is that they inherently are dynamic content. Often it is not thought out before you create your URL structure. So you just create URLs just for the, it's...
With no infrastructure in particular.
With no particular infrastructure. That CMS becomes tradition. 5 years later, you can't get rid of it. And the search engines, while they are getting better at this, they're also getting better at eliminating duplicate content. So I think that it is appropriate for people to consider upgrading CMS systems to something that's more search engine friendly. And as you know, a CMS system is where the journalist component of our jobs interacts with the computer which is long before the optimization part of our job interacts with that journalism. So if we can figure out how to improve the quality of the page going in, if we can figure out how to improve the spiderability of the URLs being constructed, then that CMS system is really going to be beneficial.
I've seen CMS systems improve also as far as the way they construct URLs, but some seem never to learn.
Seemingly, yes.
Well, thanks for sharing with us. Tell me about your business, what you do.
What we do is search engine optimization. We've been doing it since 1996. In California here, I got a staff of 40. I have an office in New York. We're also international with London, Cape Town, Sydney, and Tokyo. Our claim to fame is really SEO. We're emerging very strong in the pay-per-click and the web design and architecture area. We're also an omniture agency, so we're heavy into analytics.
Thanks, Bruce, for sharing with us. This is Ralph Wilson with Web Marketing Today.